Rumble, getting the music going. Where'd the music go? It's over here. Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about what happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history. Join us as we delve into yesteryear, not only for important and interesting happenings, but to possibly even answer questions you don't know you have. I am A.O. Xander.
It's King's Refuge.
Yep. And you, viewer, are you. Thank you so much for joining. What was that noise? I don't know. Anyway, today is Tuesday, aka Tuesday, October 15th, 2024. Good Sir King, would you care to start us off in the year 533?
This sugar drama. 533, Byzantine General Belisarius makes his formal, that's my Facebook, formal entry to Carthage, having conquered it from the Vandals.
Ah, those stinking Vandals always going around spray painting stuff and destroying property and being vandalisms and all that stuff, you know? But Carthage, huh? Alright. 1520?
1520, King Henry the 8th. King Henry VIII of England orders bowling lanes at Whitehall.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In 1520, bowling? Wow.
I know, right? How old is bowling, actually? Like, how old is bowling? By the way, this is the same king, I believe, who killed a lot of his wives and formed the Church of England because he wanted a divorce, because he wanted a male heir, and all that stuff. Let's see here. Bowling. Pin bowling. Okay, but how old is bowling? Like, ancient history. Okay. The earliest known forms of bowling date back to ancient Egypt, with wall drawings depicting bowling being found in a royal Egyptian tomb dated to 3200 BC, and the miniature pins and balls in an Egyptian child's grave at about the same year. Wow. So bowling is 5,000 years old? Or 5,200 years old? Something? That has got to be like the oldest sport ever. Hold on a second. You know what? Oldest recorded sports. Let's see here. History of sports. Okay. 7,000 BC, the physical activity that developed into sports had early links with warfare and entertainment. Alright. Alright, so it was related to military training. So as far back as the beginnings of sport, it was related to military training. For example, competition was used as a mean to determine whether individuals were fit and useful for service. Team sports were used to train and to prove the capability to fight in the military and also to work together as a team, a military unit. So sports has its derivatives from warfare. It's a form of training and cohesion. That makes sense, you know? But what else do we got here? Just 2 years later, in 1522.
King of Spain Charles V names Hernan Cortez governor of Mexico.
Yep, he conquered the thing, you know? 1581 here, commissioned by Catherine de Medici, the first Ballet Comique de la Reine, was staged in Paris. Well, look at that, the very first ballet. I wonder if they had tutus and you know, stood on their tippy toes and all that, you know, frivolous crap. 1582, Gregorian calendar was introduced in Spain, Portugal, and Pontifical States after having skipped 10 days from October 4th to sync to the calendar due to the solar year and compensate for the drift that had occurred due to the Julian calendar having too many leap days. And it's still, you know, like, if you look at the Gregorian calendar here is the one, you know, for the most part the world uses, you know, today, and it's still wrong. Like, there's this whole thing, you know, like, you know, go look it up, you know, after this video, of course, or you can pause this video, go look it up, and come back later. But whatever the case, like, if you look at October, octo means 8, but why is it a 10th month? December, dec, means 10, but why is it a 12th month? If we added a 13th month, and then made every month 30 days exactly. None of this 28-day February crap or 29 on the leap year. None of this October 31st crap. If we made every month 30 days exactly, and we had 13 months, then we would have an exact, precise calendar. But the system doesn't want us to do that. They want to keep us confused and under control. So, look it up. 1641, Paul de Chamde de Maisonneuve claimed Montreal. What a name. Paul de Chamde de Maisonneuve. 1655, Jews of Lublin were massacred. That's not good. I mean, like, as Bill Burr said, not every ass kicking falls out of the sky, so why were they massacred? What happened? I really doubt, through all of these years, all this stuff against the Jews, people just woke up one day, oh, well, let's just hate these people for no reason. Well, no, there's a tit for tat, So, but yeah, if anybody can figure this out, this is just telling me the history of all this stuff. I want to know this exact, specific situation. So if anyone can figure this out, please let us know in the comments section. Good Sir King, you want to tell us about 1660?
1660, Asser Levy granted butcher's license, kosher meat, in New Amsterdam.
Which would later become?
Amsterdam? I don't know.
New York. Yeah.
New York.
Yeah, New Amsterdam was colonized by the Dutch, and then the British took it over and named it to New York.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't know
that. 1674, good sir?
Tuskar witch trials began. Largest witch trials in Sweden. 71 beheaded and burned.
Jeez.
Oh, wow. You don't hear much about the Tuskar witch trials. It's all Salem.
The Torsikar. I thought, aren't the Tuskar the walrus race in WoW?
Yeah, that's probably where I was remembering that from.
I was just like, the Tuskar. 3 centuries ago. What do we got?
I can't. I lost my place. 3 centuries ago, 1724, Cornelius Steenhoven is the first Archbishop of Old Catholic Church in Utrecht and Netherlands.
We talk about the Utrecht, archbishops and bishops. That's like the Christian religious happenings of Utrecht are very well documented in our primary source here for whatever reason. Pretty interesting. We're going to move up 40 years into 1764. Edward Gibbon observed a group of friars singing in the ruined temple of Jupiter in Rome, which inspired him to begin work on the history of the decline and fall of the Roman Empire. And really, good work there. This guy looks like a butterball. Jeez, man. But yeah, like this. Looking around being a U.S. citizen, comparing our empire, which is an empire. Don't get anything misconstrued. The U.S. empire is indeed an empire. We're sprinting towards a similar fate here. We're being invaded from outside forces and getting destroyed from within. 1783, Jean Pilster de Rosier made the first tethered balloon ascent. So, tethered to the ground so that way they don't float away and disappear, never to return. This is the first time, really, I think that humanity is really flown in the loose sort of way, of that word. But 1786, good sir.
1786, earliest 32 Fahrenheit recorded temperature in New York City. That's worded really weird.
Yeah, that's the first time it was recorded to be freezing.
Yeah.
In New York City, formerly known as New Amsterdam.
First time it was freezing weather degrees, 32 degrees in New York City.
Yep.
See, I did that in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
Come
that
on.
just goes to show, our main source here really does need better writers. So, and people who don't put their political agenda into, history, but...
Yeah, or erase it because of that.
Yep.
No, this history doesn't get... Every year they pull something. Like,
Yep.
oh, this doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put more cricket in.
I wish Saloon was here to hear that. That was hilarious. 1789.
1789, first U.S. presidential tour by George Washington in New England.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
First presidential tour.
Yeah.
1789.
Yeah, first U.S. presidential tour specifically, because what a lot of people don't know is between the end of the the Revolution, between the end of the Revolution and the beginning of the United States as an actual entity, as a country, it was roughly about 10 years of deliberation and figuring things out. There were multiple different presidents of this country before it became the United States. So George Washington is the first president of the United States, but was not the first president of, the former colonies. They had like 2-3 some odd attempts with other ideas and all that stuff. So that's why, it's specific first U.S. presidential tour, because there could have been, one of these other attempts that needed a tour, so. Moving on up into the next 100 years, in 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte arrived on the island of St. Helena, began his exile, and then he quit being banished, very much like Invader Zim, and they had to then send him to Elba, or maybe it's the other way around. He got exiled twice, is what I'm saying. So, and then the second time, they kept him under extreme lock and key. They had a ship going around the island morning, noon, and night, all day, 24/7, round the clock, and then eventually poisoned him and killed him. So, 1 year later, in 1816, Lord Byron viewed the love letters of Lucrezia Borgia and poet Pietro Bembo in Milan and declared them, quote, the prettiest love letters in the world, end quote. All right, well, what are you doing reading other people's correspondence? That's kind of creepy. 1827, Charles Darwin was admitted to Christ College, Cambridge. That's a little ironic. He's going to Christ College, and then he goes and, works to disprove creationism. Or not really disprove it, but, challenge it with evolution and all that stuff, which, who's to say that God didn't invent evolution? Who's to say that both aren't right? What if God created things, and then from there, it became what we have today?
Maybe the big thing's God's heart.
Yeah, exactly, like that Family Guy thing. Oh, watch this. And then created the universe. That was a great skit. 1842, we got another big name for not so good reasons.
1862. 1842?
1842.
Karl Marx, appointed editor-in-chief of newspaper writing.
Really interesting how all of these, communists and just awful examples of human filth, like Benito Mussolini. He was an editor for some socialist newspaper. Karl Marx, editor-in-chief here. Hitler, I don't know if he was involved in any form of media or anything, but...
Painting.
Well, yeah, the arts. But that was well before he went crazy. And he wasn't a bad painter, honestly. A lot better than anything I can do.
German Shepherds.
Yeah. Anyway, what do we got here 4 years later?
Charles... Wait. 1846, American Dr. William Thomas Green Morton's first public use of ether. Wait, what?
Ether.
Ether.
Yeah.
Ether. Of ether. I'm done.
You're thinking of either. E-I-T-H-E-R.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either. Yeah. Either. Either. You know, like English language is weird. It's like as it said, the English codex is 3 languages wearing a trench coat pretending to be one. You know?
Yeah, really.
It is. Ooh, this next one is pretty cool.
1860, 11-year-old Grace Bedell writes Abraham Lincoln, telling him to grow a beard because you look like a pussy.
Oh.
No, that last part was added by me. Sorry.
Now this is weird because when I was researching writing yesterday, they had a photograph of Lincoln before he grew his beard, and now they have a photo of him with his beard. So they changed the photo, but Lincoln without beard. Lincoln without beard. Sorry.
Very few men don't look better with that. Oh God, no! No!
He looks
sickly.
Well, yes, but he also like very vaguely looks like Oppenheimer with the cheekbones and the gaunt features and all that stuff.
It does.
Yeah, the hair doesn't work, but I'm just talking about specifically the face. So, but yeah, no, he needed that beard.
He needed that beard bad. Very few men don't look better with a beard.
Yeah.
I mean, lots of men look good without beards, but very few.
Yeah. I mean, we're men. We were designed to grow beards, you know? So. 1863 here, the Cliff House opened in San Francisco, first of many on the site. Many what? Cliff houses? Like, let me look up this article here really quick. Cliff House, San Francisco. Okay. So, it's a neoclassical style.
Hold on, Cliff.
Yeah, okay. Is it a house? Or that's big for a house. I mean,
almost like a Cliff Hospital.
I know, right? Just trying to figure out what. This is the first Cliff House. So, 1868. We're talking about 1863. So this is when it was first. Okay. So I think it's more of like like a public area, Cause.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me figure this. Cliff House. Just a building out there on the cliff. I have no idea what this could possibly be used for. So.
Looking.
Yeah.
Just looking.
Yep. 1866, the Great Fire in Quebec destroyed 2,500 houses, and I wonder if that has anything to do with the mud flood. And yeah. So, and viewers out there, once again after this video, of course, but make a note. Go look up the mud flood. It's very interesting. And on the whole thing about the whole founding. Oh, this was founded. This was founded. Yeah, no, it wasn't created. It was found and taken. The theory goes that all these great fires, all across the world happened at, roughly within 10 to 20 years of each other. There's a great fire in this, great fire in that, Chicago, Paris, London, New York, Los Angeles, look it up. It really goes deep, and it's very intriguing. 1878, Edison Electric Light Company was incorporated. Boo, Edison. Boo. Yep.
Oh.
Oh, and I want you to read 1880 because, you have a better freak out voice than I do. So.
1880, Mexican soldiers kill Victorio, one of the greatest Appalachian military strategists. Ooh.
Yep.
Boo.
Apache, not Appalachie.
Appalachie.
The Appalachie Apaches?
The Appalachie Apaches. They were awfully cold.
Yeah. But look, it's not white people. Look at that. Look, guys, look, it's not white people. Look. Oh, so what's all that white man bad, huh? Well, look at this.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't removed this one yet.
I know, right? Well, actually, yeah, it's right here. Oh, yeah. 1881, we have the first U.S. fishing magazine. American Angler was published. Are you subscribed to that, by chance?
No, I am not.
I wonder if they're even still around. Oh.
Might be.
You haven't gone
American
fishing in like a
Angler.
week or
That's a good title. Or,
yeah.
yeah, for a magazine. I would imagine. Oh, wait, let's see.
Although the title American Angler can also, you know, very well be used for mathematics involving geometry. You know, got to calculate the angles. You know, so use a
American
Pythagorean theorem.
Angler.
What do we got in 1883?
They have a website.
What?
American Angler. They have a website.
Oh, they're still around then.
American Angler Sport Fishing. Yeah, they're around. I don't know if they have a magazine yet, but they have other things. Alright.
So anyway, I was looking up this article here and I can't find. Oh, okay, what is this? Civil rights cases. You know what? Civil Rights Act of 1875. I'm just going to look this up here because they declared it unconstitutional. Civil Rights Act of 1875, sometimes called the Enforcement Act or the Force Act, was a U.S. federal law enacted during the Reconstruction era in response to civil rights violations against black U.S. citizens. The bill was passed by the 43rd United States Congress and signed into law by President Ulysses S. Grant on March 1st, 1875. The act was designed to protect all citizens in their civil and legal rights, providing for equal treatment in public accommodations and public transportation, and prohibiting exclusion from jury service. Okay, well, this is pretty wordy. So if anyone wants to look this up and figure out why the Supreme Court declared this unconstitutional, please let us know in the comments section. Yeah, this requires a little bit of study, and we got to continue on with our show here. But that's interesting. You know, so Grant was involved in this.
It might be the enforcement of it.
Unconstitutional.
Were they looking for equal outcome? I mean, it's probably not a thing from back then, but...
Oh, you're talking about the whole equity crap?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm not sure, though.
Probably not.
Anyway, 1886 here. Modest Mussorgsky's musical fantasy Night on Bald Mountain premiered at Konovalov Hall in St. Petersburg, Russia. And for those who do not know the actual name of the song, if you ever watched Fantasia, or at least seen the clip of the Demon Mountain, Fantasia, Bald Mountain. It's this demon one here. You'll probably recognize this like immediately. Yeah, so that's Night on Bald Mountain. Yep.
Children's movie.
Yeah, I know, right, dude? I grew up watching that. Like, Fantasia was a good movie. Like, I know it was a Disney product, but I mean that actually, you know, Fantasia, not Fantasia 2000, that was crap, but Fantasia the original was actually good. That's actually, like, I think the only example of Disney being any form of original, you know, bringing visualization to sound in, you know, in the form of, you know, movie and all that stuff. A lot of good stuff in there. So, what do we got here in 1888?
German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche decides to write his autobiography Ec Homo on his 44th birthday.
Alright. Well, that's pretty interesting. I'm in the works of writing my own autobiography, and I'm going to be turning 38 here in about 4 months. So, what else do we got?
1889, Amsterdam Central Station officially opens.
Alright. 1890, Alabama Penny Savings Bank organized in Birmingham. Birmingham? Yeah, Birmingham, yeah. Alabama. Oh. Penny savings. So, like, is that like, you know, like penny stocks, penny slot machines? You know, you just save pennies. You go up there. Oh, I have a fresh roll of 50 cents right here. You know. Oh. 1894, Captain Alfred Dreyfus was arrested and accused of espionage in France, and the whole Dreyfus affair was a huge thing.
Yeah.
Like, let me look this up here really quick. Drey. Dreyfus affair. It had something to do with Jews again. So, well, it was a political scandal that divided the Third French Republic from 1894 until its resolution in 1906, 12 years later. The scandal began in December of 1894 when Captain Alfred Dreyfus, a 35-year-old Alsatian French artillery officer of Jewish descent, was wrongfully convicted of treason for communicating French military secrets to the German embassy in Paris. He was sentenced to life imprisonment and sent overseas to the penal colony on Devil's Island in French Guiana, where he spent the following 5 years in prison in very harsh conditions. So, yeah, you can sit there and say, oh, well, it happened because he's Jewish. I don't know. Like, it was a whole thing. It's a 12-year-long scandal. So I would highly suggest, doing some self-education and research into this before, banging the it's hateful towards Jews again drum. So, but yeah, here you go, anti-Semitism right there. So from Wiki itself, which is a leftist source. So yeah. What do we got here in 1895?
1895, Henry Perky patents a machine he developed with William Ford for the preparation of cereals for food, otherwise known as shredded wheat.
Ooh. So yeah.
Shredded wheat. All right.
Shredded wheat. It's good to eat.
That's how I remember north, south, west, and whatever. Like, never eat shredded wheat.
Dude, I do that same thing. A lot of people have other acronyms, like never eat soggy waffles, which is gross. But I mean, like, it's you don't want to eat a soggy waffle. I mean, unless it's syrup.
My cousin taught me that years ago.
Yeah, but never eat shredded wheat. That's how you figure out the compass, northeast, southwest.
Yeah.
Yep. 1897.
1897, Aaron and Samuel Block carry first mail pouch. What they carry mail in before crates?
Yeah, like mail pouch. Mail pouch tobacco. So it's mail pouch. So it's like a mail pouch, like a letter. So they're selling tobacco in a letter type envelope type thing. Because right here, chew mail pouch tobacco. So it's chew. It's dipping tobacco, which makes sense. So you have it in like an envelope type thing. And you just take a little out, put it in the lip, and then seal it back. All right. At first I thought it had something to do with postage. I'm like, seriously, like how did they carry postage before? Haven't satchels been around for thousands of years?
I know, right?
Yeah. So, mail pouch. So, tobacco, chewing tobacco container. Alright. Moving on up into the next century, 1904, the Russians were driven back by the Japanese in the Battle of Shaho. Both sides suffered high casualties, Japanese at 16,016 and Russians at 60,000, 60. So 16 versus 60, both in the thousands. Yikes. And I've never seen this before, because how, like, between the teens and the tens, you say 15, somebody might hear 50, 16, 60, 17, 70. Well, not really. Well, yeah. The teens, kind of sound like D. And I've never seen, a 16 versus 6D. I've never seen if I'm making any sense in what I'm trying to explain here. I've never seen this before. 1905, union workers at NPVG rejected safety demands. Well, safety is not a joke. Like, it might be inconvenient, it might be annoying, but hey, if you want to go home with all 10 of your fingers, spend an extra 5 seconds to make sure that the power drill is off or whatever it is that you need to do. Stop being lazy. It's simple.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like Cal OSHA, but at the same time, a lot of people are really dumb.
Man, you can lose a loom fast.
Oh yeah. Well, you lose your life instantly.
Right.
I mean, like look up JonTron safety videos. That's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should be missing a few fingers, I think.
Legitimately, I've been in several jobs where if I wasn't safety conscious, I wouldn't be here right now. So, 1914, U.S. Clayton Antitrust Act was passed. Union and strike rights. Huh. Okay. U.S. Clayton Antitrust Act. Let's take a look at this here. Union strike. Okay. All right. Well, this is going to be a whole thing. Price discrimination against competing companies. Conditioning sales on exclusive dealing. Mergers and acquisitions when they may. Well, I don't know all this lawyer crap. So if anybody can, dumb this down and let us know in the comment section the exact, why this was passed and what it entails, and that'd be nice. Let's move on up here. What do we got in 1917?
1917, Dutch exotic dancer Mata Hari is executed by firing squad for spying for Germany during World War I at Versailles near Paris.
Ah. Well, snitches get stitches.
Don't spy. 1919, 14 horses begin 300-mile race from Vermont to Massachusetts for $1,000.
Prize money, nice. I wonder if they have any races like that, cross country, hundreds of miles, multiple horses. I
think it's, I don't know, I think it's too populated now for you just to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, there might be a trail or two, across southwest of the country. There's still a lot of open plains, although a lot of that is government land, so I'm not sure. Did you know that 49% of, Ohio is owned by government? Or maybe not Ohio. I don't think Ohio. It was some other state. But yeah, when you really look at it, the majority of the United States really is owned by the government, not the people. So. 1923, U.S. pianist Henry Cowell sparked a riot among audience members at Gewandhaus Concert Hall in Leipzig, Germany. Some tried to physically stop his avant-garde performance, while others defended him. I wonder what he was doing. I mean, why was he sparking a riot? What was the point? While that was happening, Hans Luther presented a plan for currency reform to stabilize the German mark during hyperinflation. And this was after the First World War, when we were in the process of screwing Germany over and building up a stage for it happened to be, an Austrian painter that we spoke about earlier to come to power with very valid, grievances about economy and how the world screwed Germany over. I mean, yeah, they fought on the wrong side, but they really got, a very, very, needless crap end of the stick, so to speak. But what do we have 1 century ago? We have a couple of them, actually.
1924, Andre Breton publishes his Surrealist Manifesto with the editions of Sue Saguerre in Paris.
Alright. Whenever I hear manifesto, my eyebrow raises in very extreme concern. But it is 1 century ago, so I have to put that in there.
1924, U.S. President Calvin Coolidge declares Statue of Liberty a national monument.
Alright. And we have a Zeppelin here.
1928, German Dringelberg Graf Zeppelin lands at Lakehurst, New Jersey. Part of the around the world thing.
I'm gonna go back. Dringelberg. What's a Dringelberg?
I don't know.
Dirigible.
Dirigible.
I'm just imagining Timmy Turner's dad just Dringelberg.
Sometimes my brain's just like, I'm just gonna make up this word. Here we go.
I'm not mocking you. I'm just like it's a good word, Dringelberg. I think you invented another slang. It's kind of like dingleberries. I got the Dringelbergs. I don't know why I had to go so gross with that. Anyway, 1932, Tata Airlines, what a name, later to become Air India, made its first flight. All right. It's pretty cool. 1 year later, 20th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution went into effect, changing the start of presidential term from March to January. And that was that was before the whole FDR thing. FDR had 4 terms, so I guess I was wrong. There have been 2 reforms to the whole presidency. This one here in 1933, where they changed, as I just said, the start of the presidential term, and I think that's when they also changed voting times from January to November. Either that, or later on when they had to change term limits on president to 2, because FDR had 4. You know. And that makes me wonder, you know, have the Democrats been stealing elections as far back as then? Because, you know, who the hell wins 4 times in a row? You know, that really raises an eyebrow right there. 1933, Dmitri Shostakovich's first piano concerto premiered in Leningrad with Shostakovich at the piano. And, you know, I've spoken about this guy many times. He was the voice of the people. He's the one man that Joseph Stalin could not kill. You know, because then the entirety of the Soviet Union would go against Stalin. He was he was beloved, you know, legitimately, Dmitri Shostakovich. Stalin was feared, and that's the difference, you know. The only thing more powerful than fear is love, and there you go. So, but what else do we got here in 1933?
Philadelphia Eagles play the first NFL game, lose to New York Giants 56-0.
They got stepped on. Ouch.
Oh.
Like, you know, the Eagles did not soar because the Giants can just pluck them out of the sky. They're tall, you know? Oh. Wow, we got some Ernest Hemingway here.
1937, Ernest Hemingway's novel To Have and Have Not published.
Alright. To Have and Have Not. I've heard of that. Well, 39?
1939, Meshiva Amir closes after 124 years. Yeah, what is that?
The Mir Yeshiva, known also as the Mir, was an Orthodox Jewish yeshiva in Beit Yisrael, Jerusalem. Well, what's a yeshiva? Yeshiva is a traditional Jewish educational institution focused on the study of rabbinic literature, primarily the Talmud and Halakha, the Jewish law, while Torah and Jewish philosophy are studied in parallel. So it was a Jewish school. Closed after 124 years. Okay. All right. Oh, that was a nothing article. I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of that from our script here, because who cares about schools closing? So. 1940, The Great Dictator, a satiric social commentary film by and starring Charlie Chaplin. The Great Tramp, or whatever his name was released, and this is the thumbnail for today's episode. As you can see, he has X's on his hat, not swastikas, and he's missing his armband. So obviously he's a portrayal of Hitler, but he's not Hitler. So as you mentioned before the show, Charlie Chaplin is the only person to your and my recollection to have that little postage stamp mustache. But there was, for a while, I remember, there was the anti-Hitler, where you just shaved this portion of your mustache, but you grew a full beard. So the reverse Hitler thing. Anyway, speaking of this guy, in 1941, the first mass deportation of German, Austrian, and Czech Jews to Eastern Europe for "quote unquote" resettlement in labor camps. As I've mentioned before, the initial plan was not extermination; it was resettlement. Hitler wanted to, he wanted the Jews out of Europe. He didn't want them killed. He wanted to send them off to Madagascar or whatever, and that's why I say the existence of Israel only makes Hitler win, because Europe finished what Hitler started. they, you know, they got a lot of them out and started to plop them all in an area full of people who hated them, you know. And look at the state of the area now. Gee, I wonder what the actual plan was. So,
Yeah, I don't understand why, if they hated them so much, why they drag them all the way from Austrian to Europe.
From what?
Or what? Austrian. Why? I start Austria. Why would they bring them all the way from Austria if they hated them? Like, let's bring them closer. Yeah, they're all the way over there, but now they're closer. Like,
Yeah.
We had to get them all. Like, they were on an entirely different continent.
Yep.
Than Germany.
Yep.
And they brought them.
Wait. What? Are you confusing Austria with Australia again?
Or Austria. Isn't it? Isn't it still another continent?
Austria is like next door to Germany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like German, Austria, Czechoslovakia. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah. What else do we got here in 41?
41. Hideki Tojo appointed Prime Minister of Imperial Japan.
All right, yeah, Tojo, and he was Prime Minister. Okay, he hanged for Japanese war crimes during World War II. So yep.
1941, Jews caught outside Nazi ghetto walls in occupied Poland would be put to death.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, we're ramping up here for the next one.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, 1941, World War II, Nazi SS Brigadier General Walter Stocklecker submits summary report documenting killing of more than 118,000 unarmed Jewish men, women, and children by men under his command between June 22nd and October 15, 1941. Oh my god. That's just 2 months.
During invasion of the Soviet Union to the Reich Security Main Office of Berlin. Unarmed, guys.
July, August. That's not even 6 months and they killed that many people.
Yeah, but see, the main point I want to bring to focus here is unarmed. Unarmed. Yeah. And gee, what did they do in the 90s in Australia? Gun buyback program. What are they doing in Europe? You know, banning guns, gun-free zones. What are they doing in the United States? Banning guns, gun-free zones. What did the like as I said, the Germans and the Jews, they banned their guns. What did the U.S. government do during all of the Native American genocides? Ban their guns. What did the Chinese do, to all the people, when they had their communist uprising? Ban the guns. What did the Soviets do when they had all their communist uprising? Ban the guns. Are you seeing a pattern here? So, anyway, 1944, the Arrow Cross Party, very similar to Hitler's NSDAP party, the Nazi Party, National Socialist Democratic, took power in Hungary. All right. Yep. History is mimicking itself very much these days. So, 1945, baseball attendance hit record 10.28 million. Tigers 1.28 was the highest out of all, I believe. So,
holy cow!
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Yeah, so 1.28. So the rest of the entire baseball was only 9 million. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. And
hey, 1951. What do we got?
I Love Lucy, starring Lucy Ball and Desi Arnaz, debuts on CBS television.
All right, that was a good show, Lucy. I Love Lucy.
Oh yeah, great show.
Oral contraceptive. That sounds suggestive.
1951, first synthesis of oral contraceptives northindrone made by Louis E. Myramotes under direction of Carl Jargesi and George Roskinkratz at Mexican drug company Syntex.
Syntax, isn't that a type of grenade? Like,
Yes, I believe so.
oh my god. Well, you got another awesome piece of art here in 52.
1952, Charlotte's Web by E.B. White and illustrated by Garth Williams is published by Harper and Brothers.
All right, yeah, Charlotte's Web. You know, Wilbur was the name of the pig, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
1952, forgot photographer Henry Cartier-Bresson's influential photography book, The Decisive Moment, is first published in the U.S. and France.
All right, the Decisive Moment book. Let me just take a look at the images here. All right. So it's just a book of photographs, but but examples of like the decisive moment. A picture speaks 1,000 words, as it said. Like
Yeah. Well, then back then it was about getting it at the precise, exact right time because, ours you can just photograph after photograph, and within like 5 seconds you have I don't know how good they are now, but yeah. A lot more complicated to take a good picture back then.
Yeah, I mean, there's this one photograph, Pulitzer Prize. I think it won the Pulitzer Prize. There's this one photograph that's in my mind right now involving the Vietnam, and it's right before the guy, execution style. Here it is, right here, right before he pulls the trigger. I really don't want to say too much about it because YouTube will cancel us. But this is an example of exactly what you're talking about, the decisive moment right there, and that really is a decisive moment. So, 1954, Hurricane Hazel made landfall in the U.S. and North Carolina as a Category 4 hurricane, causing 195 deaths between U.S. and Canada. Yeah, yikes. 1 year later, Buddy Holly opened for Bill Haley and his Comets in Lubbock, Texas, and impressed Nashville scout Eddie Crandall, leading to a recording contract with a misspelling that creates Buddy Holly. All right. We also have a country music radio show, Grand Ole Opry, was first broadcast on television in a live hour-long show on ABC, and this is actually inspired by a show on radio a decade or so prior, something called Hootenanny or Hoedown or whatever, and the premise is the same and all that stuff. That's as a historian, I got to give kudos to inspirations and all that stuff. This was for television. The inspiration was for radio. 56, the first plane to land safely on water. Pan Am Flight 6, San Francisco to Honolulu. All 24 passengers and 6 crew survived. All right, that's good. They made it. Awesome. What do we got here in 57?
1957, Giants trade Minneapolis franchise to Red Sox for San Francisco Seals franchises only, not the players. That sucks.
Yeah, so they didn't want any of the players, they just wanted the team.
Nope, we just want your name. Sorry, fellas. Find out. Back on. We're going back to training.
Yep.
1958, Tunisia drops diplomatic relations with Egypt.
Tunisia. Yeah.
It's like I can't be saying that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, don't beat yourself up about it, man. They're foreign words. I have problems with a lot of things myself. Okay, well, let's see here. Control F. 1958. Thank you once again for that Control F thing.
Hey.
Tunisia dropped diplomatic relations with Egypt. Okay, so let's see here. 58, 50. I'm not seeing Egypt in here. Alright, hold on a second. EGYP. Egypt. Okay, here we go. In the 1950s, the president of Tunisia, Habib Bourguiba, criticized on pragmatic grounds the type of Arab nationalism then promoted by by Gamal Abdel Nasser of Egypt, which was a widely popular ideology at the time in the Arabic-speaking countries. Their disagreement also concerned the policies of the Arab League. Bourguiba and Nasser eventually came to find some common ground, although ties were broken under Nasser and again under Anwar Sadat. On the whole, relations between Egypt and Tunisia have remained mutually beneficial. So there's a lot of stuff here involving this specific thing. So there's a lot to it. If anybody, once again, another challenge to our viewers, if anyone wants to put this into a nutshell and let us know in the comments section, not just for us, but anybody else, watching this video and wants to know a little bit more, that'd be fantastic. What else do we got here? 1964?
American Al Orator wins his third of 4 consecutive Olympic men's discus titles at Tokyo Olympics. Beats Czech Ludwig Danik by 0.08 meters. Wow, that's close.
Discus, the thing that, like a frisbee you hold like this and you spin around,
Oh, discus.
Yep.
Okay. Never actually read discus.
Now you have.
1964 American Ale Orator. Wait. Okay. Wait.
Don Scholender.
I just read that.
Yeah.
Damn it, brain. 1964 American Don Scholender swims a world record for 12.2 to win the 400-meter freestyle gold medal at Tokyo Olympics. Second of Schollender's 4 gold medals at games. I got through that one. It was a battlefield there, but I got through it.
Gold medicals. I'm not laughing.
I tell you, my brain is like, we're just gonna make this word up.
Hey, it makes the show more entertaining. You never know what's gonna come out of your mouth. Hell, screw history. What's Tim gonna say today?
Like,
we can make an entire segment out of that.
You have a blooper reel.
Ah man, like if I had it in me, or if we had an editor, and I can just like point out timestamps and have them do the work. I do plenty of work on my own, yeah. Wrapping up 1964 here, Soviet rower Vyacheslav Ivanov won his 3rd consecutive Olympic men's single sculls gold medal at the Tokyo Games. Also the reigning world and European champion. What the hell is a skull gold medal? Singles skull. Wait, whoop, I did not mean X. I meant C. Control. Singles skulls gold. Single skulls at the Olympics. You know what? Let me do
Rowing.
Okay. Rowing. Alright. 1966, Australia banned Trog's I Can't Control Myself as terribly obscene. Well, I wonder why. Let me do a surface level scratch of this article here. Okay, it's not going to really tell me anything.
I can't control. Is that a song? I can't control myself.
Trog's I Can't Control Myself. Well, let's just look this up here specifically.
How bad is it? Let's see.
It is a song by English rock band The Trogs, released as a single in September of 1966. It continued their success after Wild Thing. Oh, I know Wild Thing. And With a Girl Like You becoming a top 10 hit in a number of countries. Release and controversy. Let's see here. It is known for its blatantly suggestive lyrics and therefore caused much controversy upon its release. It was banned from being played or promoted on radio and TV in the UK, US, and Australia. While this did not impact sales in the UK or Australia, it did impact the song's chart performance in the US, as Billboard took airplay into account with its charts. Yikes. The line, your slacks are low and your hips are shown. Oh my, oh heavens to Betsy to Murgatroyd. Oh good heavens. Yeah. Like, oh my god, her ankle's showing. Good lord. Jeez, man. And 1966 as well, the Black Panther Party, created by Huey P. Newton and Bobby Sale in Oakland, California. And, as a terrorist anti-white organization, much like BLM, created by the same people, the Democrats, and for the same reasons. Black Panthers were notoriously, black supremacist, anti-white, hated, white people. Right? Like...
What? Yep.
Yeah. I mean, case in point, look at Forrest Gump. That portrayal of the Black Panther Party is really all you really need to know about them. They're just full of hate. They're really sick. It's 1966 as well. Lyndon B. Johnson signed a bill creating U.S. Department of Transportation. Well, here we go again. It's just another example of a Fuela. So.
Fuela.
Yeah. What do we got here in 1967?
The Motherland calls a monumental statue commemorating the Battle of Stalingrad, completed in Volgograd, Russia. Then the world's tallest statue, designed by Vivgenisi Vucic, taller than the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, I believe so, actually. Let's see here.
Because of the sword. Is it because of the sword? You
probably.
Fucking cheaters.
Let's see here. Height comparison, Statue of Liberty.
Alright.
Motherland.
So, it's time to give the Statue of Liberty a sword. A long sword.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
Oh, wow. It's huge.
Actually, it doesn't look like it's taller. The Statue of Liberty's torch, the flame...
So they just say it's taller. Ew.
Well, once again, look at our source. It's leftist, and, they are pro-communist, so they're gonna try to make a communist, work sound better than
You're not the tallest.
Ha.
You're not even close. I mean, we're not even close.
It even shows 91 meters versus 93 meters, so Statue of Liberty is 2 meters taller.
Well, okay, if I'm going to be picky here, and I have to, devil's advocate, that little plateau shouldn't count. The little thing she's standing on shouldn't count.
If you're going to count the base, okay. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. You're talking about the actual statue proper.
Yep. So. The actual statue. It has to be that. See, she don't have a fucking thing to stand on. And if she did, she would be taller.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is taller.
Okay, I'll give you that. But then we have the Statue of Unity in India, which is just, there's no contest.
Yeah, there's no, yeah.
That thing's the size of a small country. 1968.
1968. Al Quayer of the U.S. wins the men's discus in Olympic records, 64.7 meters, 64.78 meters in the Mexico City Games. Warriors' unprecedented 4th consecutive Olympic discus title.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a winner.
Mm-hmm. And Unmas 68.
The Nationalist Party of Northern Ireland, NPNI, withdraws its role as official opposition with Northern Ireland. Paramount of Stormont.
Parliament.
Yeah.
I don't like Nationalist Party. That doesn't sound good there. No. 1969, the Bank of America World Headquarters at 555 California was dedicated. Let's not forget, Bank of America was formerly known as Bank of Italy, but they changed their name in order to capitalize off of the disaster of the Great Quake of San Francisco and persuade people with the name it's Bank of America. Oh, they're a bank we can trust. Yeah, sure. Freaking liars. And very much, like Italy, like Benito Mussolini, so, yeah. We also have Madison Square Garden TV network begins, Rangers versus North Stars. Alright. And the Vietnam Momentarium Day in the U.S. Millions nationwide protest against the war. As they should, good Sir King, you want to take us into the 70s with 71 here?
The start of the 2,500 year celebration of Iran celebrating the birth of Persia.
Alright. So, obviously the celebration is still going on today. One could say, if you're celebrating it, are you running? Iran? Iraq? I don't know. A horrible joke.
Moving on. 1971, world's first arcade video game, Computer Space, developed by Syzygy, first demonstrated on the MOA show in the US. Alright. First computer games. Nice. Very nice. 1972, 17-year-old American tennis prodigy Chris Everett wins inaugural WTA Tour Championship at Boca Raton, Florida, beats Australian Carrie Meliva Reed 7-5, 6-4. Everett not eligible for the prize money. What?
Oh, maybe because she wasn't an adult yet. She was 17.
So why she's playing?
Because, if you're 17 and you had a chance to be in some kind of sports league, especially at the inauguration,
So
part
I don't
of
get
history, that's a little bit.
They allowed her to play, but you don't get no money. You can play, but you don't get no money.
I mean, that is a bum deal, but at the same time, you're making history, So.
I guess.
I mean, yeah.
1972, Omni in Atlanta opens. Hawks beat New York Knicks 109-101. Not affiliated with the Omni Coalition.
Yes, we are not affiliated with Omni in Atlanta, if they're even still a thing. So. But 1 year later here, in 1973, tanks attacked Thailand, demonstrating students, killing 300. They brought in tanks. They brought in war machines to open fire against students.
Demonstrating students.
Yeah, not good. 1974.
That's the same as protesting.
Yeah, basically, it's a lot, a lot worse of an example than what we had out here, during the Vietnam, war demonstrations, anti-war demonstrations, the National Guard opening fire on that campus.
Yeah.
When your government starts, killing its own citizens, then your government's in the wrong. I don't care. It doesn't matter if what the citizens are saying are wrong. Once you start killing, you're in the wrong. So, because what point do you have to make when you have to take a life to prove yourself right? Then you're wrong, no matter what. Period. So. 1974, Massachusetts Governor Francis W. Sargent mobilized National Guard troops to restore order in Boston after school busing desegregation program spurred racial violence. Yikes. So, yeah. We also have NHL Washington Capitals earn first franchise ties, playing the LA Kings to a 1-1 draw. Alright. What do we got here in 75?
Ireland moves international boundary from 50 to 200 miles.
Are you sure it was Ireland?
Iceland. Sorry.
Hey, one letter different, don't be sorry. Very much like Austria and Australia,
Yeah, right.
Yeah. They gotta change the name of one of those countries, I swear.
1976, Ringo Starr releases A Dose of Rock and Roll. Peaks at 26 in U.S. Fails to chart in the UK. womp womp.
Huh. Hold on a second. I have a soundbite for this. Where is it? Here. Wait. Slow clap. Wait, they got rid. Oh, they got rid of the slow clap. What the heck? Wasn't there like a sad horn? Like womp 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 womp.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Like the soundboards.
For Discord? I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never used it.
Huh. There was one. Oh. Guess they took it out because it was too offensive. Oh. What else do we got here?
1977 Serpentine Fire single released by Earth, Wind and Fire. Billboard Song of the Year 1978. All
Yep.
right.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Good song.
Oh, good group. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
1977 Debbie Boone's single "You Light Up My Life" goes #1 and stays #1 for 10 weeks. Good song.
Yeah. 1979, the first Monday night game from New York City. Jets defeated the Vikings 14-7. Shea Stadium. I don't know why they can't write the rest of the entire word out there. 1979 as well, Chinese premier Hua Kuofeng visited Paris. That sounds way too much like Hak Tua. Hua Kuofeng. And we also have the New York Knicks retired their second number 10, Walt Frazier. All right. 1981, good sir.
1981 professional cheerleader Crazy George Henderson leads what is thought to be the first audience wave in Oakland, California.
That's awesome. I think I've once participated in a wave. I haven't been to many games, but I have been to a couple baseball games, and I swear I was part of a wave at one point. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
1983 Columbia beats Yale 21-18 in football. Will lose next 44 games.
Ouch.
Yee.
44 games? That's when you quit. Screw this.
1984 your Central Intelligence Agency Information Act passes.
I just noticed the year.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
I would pound my desk, but that usually makes my computer restart, so I'm just... Oh my god! Oh, jeez. Where's Jacob Peets where you need him?
Telling me, we fucking live in a simulation, and they're just fucking with us.
I'm sorry
It's if someone putting clues and hey, I'm gonna put this clue here and put this clue here. Wait till they figure it out. It's gonna blow their mind.
I'm just gonna drop these nuggets over here and then leave a little trail and just watch what happens. You know?
I can't believe the CIA was formed in 1984. I'm never gonna forget this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a staple on my memory now.
Well, I'm not sure if it was formed in '84. Well, no, the CIA was already around because the first director of this. Well, Sohan knows this more than I do. I think it's the CIA, but the first director of the CIA was pen pals with Shirley Temple. You know, the child actor.
Yeah.
And he actually sent her a pen, like a writing pen, but it also had a little tear gas, thing in it, one of these spy tools, that the CIA does, because Shirley Temple, a child, was getting death threats because she did a movie or some dance bit or something with Bojangles, a black guy, So, actual racists were sending death threats to a child for having the audacity to appear on screen next to a black guy. And then, a child had to carry around a self-defense weapon disguised as a writing implement given to her by the first director of the Central Intelligence Agency. Jesus Christ! Like, people these days don't know how bad things used to be, you know?
I know, they crave about fucking all this racism shit. It's like, no. Hey, let me tell you a story about real racism.
Yeah.
And let's sit that back and watch them react.
Yeah. Anyway, what do we have in 85 here?
1985, Shuttle Columbia carries Space Lab into orbit. All right.
Yeah, one of our first, I don't think it's the first, but one of our first space stations. But we skipped over one just before it, actually.
1985, Shelley Taylor of Australia makes fastest swim ever around Manhattan Island, doing it in 6 hours, 12 minutes, and 29 seconds.
That's pretty fast.
Damn.
When you think about the entirety of Manhattan Island, that's no small island. And
yeah,
you can't walk around that in 6 hours, I don't think. So I don't know
someone
how
out
you
there
can
know.
swim. Like, hold on a second. Let's see. Let me see if that's even been broken. Fastest swim around Manhattan Island. Manhattan Island circumnavigation swims. Annual race. So there's a race and everything. First, okay. Fastest. Oliver Wilkinson, 5 hours and 44 minutes in 2011. So I got broken in 2011 by Oliver Wilkinson in 2011. 5 hours, 44 minutes. So, alright. And it was also broken in 2020 and 2007, but, you know, whatever. Skip Storch, what a name. Skip Storch. Screw Storch, let's skip him. Whoever the hell Storch is. 1986 here, the longest postseason game. Mets defeated Astros 7-6 in 16 innings and win the National League pennant. All right. We also have Yuan T. Lee was the first Taiwanese Nobel Prize winner for chemistry, alongside Dudley R. Hirschbach and John C. Polanyi for work on the dynamics of chemical elementary processes. All right. That's pretty cool there. 1987, the Great Storm of 1987 hit France and England. Yep. And what do we have here in 88? Actually, I'm going to take this because there's 389s for you, so I'll take 88 here. Amnesty International's Human Rights Now concert tour, featuring Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, Sting, Peter Gabriel, Tracy Chapman, and Yosu Nadur, ended at Estadio River Plate in Buenos Aires, Argentina. All right. Good Sir King, you got 389s here.
1989, American radio and television evangelist Billy Graham is given the 1,900th star on the Hollywood Boulevard, the first clergyman to be granted a star.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
1989, also, South African President F.W. de Klerk frees ANC founder Walter Sisulu and 4 other political prisoners.
All right, and de Klerk here, he is the anti-apartheid guy. He's the one who worked and basically set the stage for Nelson Mandela and got him out of prison and eventually helped him, I think, or set the stage to have him be the president and all that stuff. So, and you want to talk about, starting from the bottom, now we're here, not really rags to riches story, but, going through hardships. Nelson Mandela, man, yikes. And didn't he divorce his wife after he got out of prison?
I don't know.
There's a meme out there about somebody having been in prison, and then after they got freed, they divorced their wife because prison was better or something. I don't know. Hold on a second. Let me see here. Did Nelson Mandela divorce his wife after prison? Let's see here. Here we go. It survived 3 decades. Okay, so never mind. It's either a lie or the meme is from something else. Meme. Let's see here. Chris Rock's joke about Nelson Mandela. Okay. Okay, here we go. So this is actually, it was from Chris Rock's joke. So, quote, nothing gets you ready for marriage. Nobody tells you that once you get married, you will never F again. Okay, I don't think this is the same joke. Okay, well, this is going off in a completely different tangent. So let's get back on track here. What else do we have in 89?
1989, Wayne Gretzky passes Gordie Howe as NHL's all-time top scorer.
Yeah, Gordie Howe, Wayne Gretzky, really good, really big names in hockey. 1991 here, Clarence Thomas was confirmed as a U.S. Supreme Court Justice, 52 to 48. All right. Clarence Thomas is a name in my brain. So, yeah. The 1991, oh my god particle, most powerful cosmic ray ever detected by Fly's Eye camera at Dugway Proving Ground in Utah, measuring 320 eeV, whatever that is, 40 million times more powerful than any terrestrial particle accelerator. Okay. Cool. I don't know what that means, but it sounds amazing. So, yeah. 1992, I think, Charles Taylor launched an offensive against Monrovia, Liberia. Charles Taylor was the president of Liberia and a war criminal. So, this has to have been the war crime or something involving it. He was not a good guy. We also have New York City subway motorman Robert Ray convicted of manslaughter and death of 5 riders when he fell asleep drunk while in control of a train. Yeah. You don't drive a car you don't even ride a bicycle, because you can. If you're drunk riding a bicycle, a police can give you a ticket for driving under the influence. It is a vehicle, and it can cause damage. I mean, like hell, walking while drunk, public intoxication. Just don't go out in public while drunk. Hunker down, and wait out your buzz. Driving a train while drunk? Are you out of your freaking mind? Oh my god. So, yikes. 1993, Amstel Brewery in Curaçao produces their 1 billionth bottle. 1 billionth bottle. Wow. Because, we have 1,000, million.
Billion.
Billion. Trillion. No, this is million. Yeah, so this is 1 billion.
1 bill.
1 billion, yeah. There you go. What else do we got here in 93?
Late night show, talk show, The Chevy Chase Show. Final episode airs on Fox TV, canceled after only 6 weeks. Womp womp.
Chevy Chase.
No, Chevy's not that funny.
Yep. Let's see here. Here we go. Talking about these guys again.
Yeah, 1993, Nelson Mandela, South African President, F.W.D. Clerk, awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yep.
Back when we used to,
Back
give
when
them
it was
away
valuable.
for, good things.
Yeah. Don't even get me started about Obama, who's mixed. Obama's not black,
dude.
he's mixed. So.
He's the first black president, so let's just give him a trophy. Even though he's the only president to kill Americans on American soil.
Yep. Well, no, because don't forget about the Civil War. But
until the Civil War.
Yeah. But that was a war. This is, drone striking weddings, Obama, what a...
Obama, yeah.
Yeah. What a
Nope, not doing a fair trial, nothing. Just, I decide you're a terrorist, so I'm going to kill you.
What else do we got here?
1995, Carolina Panthers won the first game ever, beating New York Jets 26-15.
All right. I'll take these two 97s, and then you can start up the next millennium here. 97 here, we have a New York jury award boxer Mitch Green $45,000 in a civil lawsuit against Mike Tyson for a street brawl 9 years earlier in 1988. Wow. It takes a long time for justice, 97 as well, U.S. launched a nuclear-powered Cassini to Saturn. and there's a nuclear-powered satellite. Yeah, because if that goes wrong on launch, that's not going to have a problem. Yikes.
Yeah, well, they want to go faster, so.
What
2000.
Home stretch.
Yeah, 2000.
In the year 2000.
ICC Men's Cricket Knockout Trophy, Gymkhana Club, Nairobi, New Zealand win their first international title for a 4-wicket win over India. Man of the match, Chris Carnes. New Zealand 102 and 113. I don't know. Year 2000, Larry David's comedy show, Curb Your Enthusiasm, good show, debuts on HBO.
Yep. A lot of memes came out of that title.
Oh, so many memes came out of that freaking show, right?
Yeah.
Especially with, what's his name? The bald guy.
Larry
There's
David.
so many. No, not him.
Oh.
The middle-aged,
I never
comedian.
saw it, so I don't know.
He's done other work. In 2001, NASA's Galileo spacecraft passes within 112 miles of Jupiter's moon, Io.
Wow, that's close. 112 miles.
Wow. That's crazy.
I mean, think about it. You and I are 1,500, 2,000 miles apart. You know?
Yeah.
So, 10% of that is close.
It's crazy. 2001, the first tanker loading the new 2.5 billion Kazkar Russia pipeline takes place.
All right. So the first, the first tanker loading. So like the pipeline was open and they were loading the tank at the other end of the pipe. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
2003 year, China launched Shenzhou 5, its first manned space mission. Or so they say. So. We also have the Staten Island ferry boat Andrew J. Barbary collided with a pier at the St. George Ferry Terminal in Staten Island, killing 11 people and injuring 43. Jeez. You know, you'd think that something like this wouldn't happen, you know? Like, it's just a bizarre thing, you know, in the States. Such a stupid accident. So, 2005, Iraqi Constitution ratification vote. Alright, so they're voting on another constitution here. And we also have a riot in Toledo, Ohio. Holy Toledo. Broke out during a National Socialist / neo-Nazi protest. Over 100 are arrested. You know, some people we just cannot have in this country, you know, unfortunately. Like, there are people out there who wish to utilize our freedoms against us, you know, and you know, once they have power, then they'll take out certain things that allow us to be around, that allow them to be around, you know. So we gotta do something. 2007, 17 activists in Aotearoa, New Zealand, were arrested in the country's first post 9/11 anti-terrorism raids across the country. Okay, that's weird. They're 6 years later, they're still going off about, you know, 9/11 and all that stuff. And I guess, you know, we're so used to here in 2024, like, you know, it's like as Ryan George said, you know, in 2020, like, actually, you know, hold on a second, like, I'm going to get it from the horse's mouth. Ryan George, George. Ryan George 2020. Yeah, here we go. Like, let's see if I can find the actual quotes.
Yeah.
No, why does... You know what? Screw this. I'm going to come back in about a... Hope so. Okay,
Yeah,
a
nothing
little bit
scares
ghost.
me.
Leave us alone. So hold on. Finish business on the... Oh yeah, plans. I remember having those. Huh?
Well, anyway, it's somewhere in this video. You guys can find it. If a Ghost Possessed Someone in 2020 by Ryan George. He says the line, it's 2020. You can set a state on fire. We won't be talking about it next week. You know? So,
Yep.
something about, a 6-year long talking about a subject seems so alien. Dude, can you imagine how good we had it back then? Good Lord, man. So, 2007 as well, Fox Business Network, FBN, also, Fibbin, U.S. financial cable network is launched. Let's not forget that Fox News, despite being a, perceived conservative source, is owned by a leftist psychopath, so...
Yep.
Yep. What do we got here in 2011?
2011 global protests break out in 951 cities and 82 countries.
What happened?
Holy... What?
Yeah.
When?
15 of October 2011 global protests. They are part of a series of protests inspired by the Arab Spring. The Icelandic protests, the Portuguese Guiraco Resaca, the Spanish Indignance, the Greek protests, and the Occupy movement. Oh, the Occupy Wall Street. I remember that. So it was a whole bunch of stuff. This is like a conglomeration. So it's not just one protest. It's a whole bunch of different topics. That's interesting. Holy crap. So, yeah, we have Spain, Italy, London, Berlin, United Kingdom, Ireland, Slovenia, Hungary, United States, Middle East, Latin America. It's a whole world. That's crazy. What else do we got?
2011, Legoland, Florida, the world's largest Legoland theme park, opens in Winter Haven, Florida.
Nice. I went to Legoland
sounds
out here.
cool.
Sorry?
Yeah?
No, I went to
sounds
Legoland.
cool.
Yeah, I went to Legoland out here in California on my birthday present or something. I don't remember what year. But yeah. It was fun. Got to ride the dragon roller coaster and all that stuff.
I miss when you can just get a bucket.
Yeah.
Remember the buckets? My grandma had one for so long, and I don't know which. I think she got rid of them.
Legos. Yeah.
I remember coming over and playing with the bucket of Legos. And the little things, the little sets weren't even the thing.
Huh. Nice.
Like,
2017, 500 wildfires occurred in Portugal and northern Spain, fanned by winds from Hurricane Ophelia, killing at least 35. 500 wildfires? How do you have enough land to have that many wildfires? Like, that is crazy. Like, you'd think that they'd all merge into one by that point. I can't wrap my mind around that. That is insane. We also have 60 Minutes, and the Washington Post published a story detailing how Congress passed a bill sponsored by Tom Marino that hindered the fight against the opioid crisis. All right. And here we go.
Don't read that one. Blah, 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 blah. Fucking bullshit.
We're a history show. We have to. We have an obligation. We can't be partisan, dude. We can't be partisan. 2017, now I don't like this. I'm gonna go on a mini rant about it after. But actress Alyssa Milano's tweet, quote, "If you've been sexually harassed or assaulted, write me too," end quote, prompt flood of replies across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and thus started the entire Me Too movement that turned into a weaponization and a war against men. So evil stuff.
Lot of fake allegations.
Yeah. Oh, this is not the last time we're going to be talking about this today.
And then nothing's done about it until recently. There's like a couple of cases where the women got in trouble and got a little slap on their wrist.
Yeah, if that.
But,
dude,
yeah.
I saw something, I saw a meme earlier today questioning, if a man pays alimony or child support or any of that, and then later it's discovered that the child is not his, should the woman have to refund it? Yes!
Yes.
Yeah, refund it with interest and pay legal fees and get annihilated legally. Misuse of police, funds, whatever it is. Throw everything at her. Make an example of these people and stop this. Alyssa Milano needs to be buried under the prison for what she did.
Pain and suffering, like a bunch of stuff. Like, he not only spent that money, but he gave up his time, which is more money, and then, you know,
Yeah.
the stuff that they don't count, that costs money. Blah, blah, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, like, do the diligent research and screw these liars over. Screw them. So, anyway, what else?
Now,
we got
by
here?
all means, we're not saying that men shouldn't pay their fair share. If you're a fucking piece of shit loser motherfucker and trying to get away with not paying for your kids, fuck you too. Just want to say that.
Yeah,
We're
I
equal
agree.
here with ladies. Or gentlemen here.
What do we got here in 2018?
2018, American retailer Sears files for bankruptcy.
Uh-oh. If today's Moss 2018. Actually, I'll take the last 2018. So, you have two.
2018, at least 180,000 migrants driven out of Anglo and back into the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Wow.
Ooh.
That is an ocean of people.
Not as much as we're taking in, but
Oh, well, yeah.
it's like a drop in the bucket, literally. 2018 caravan of up to 4,000 Central American migrants. Central American migrants that started in Honduras reaches Guatemala, heading for Mexico and the U.S.
Yep. That's exactly what you were just saying.
Bro, imagine. You remember when that was a lot?
Yeah. Oh my god,
no.
4,000. Now it's just like,
Oh my God, 4,000. Oh.
like a while ago I saw something. What was it, like 20,000 immigrants got dumped in San Diego in one day? In one day,
Yeah.
20,000.
50 million is what J.D. Vance has been saying for the Biden administration.
Oh yeah, well that's in total and everything. It was like it was said, like initially in 2021 or 2022, it was said that 20%, 1 in 4 people in this country will be illegal. Actually, no, 1 in 5, just 20%. Now it's 1 in 4, it's 25%, if not higher. So 1 in 4 people in the U.S. are not supposed to be here. So, yeah. Anyway, 2018 here, Indian minister and editor M.J. Akbar filed a defamation case after being accused of sexual harassment by multiple women in a Me Too case. So here we go. You know.
He filed the case. What happened?
He probably lost because men are evil and all that crap. I don't know. So.
I have to know.
M.J. Akbar. This is not okay. Here we go.
Indian Prime Minister and editor M.J. Akbar files a defamation after being.
Yeah.
This is right about his case. I don't know.
Here we go. Akbar had lost the case at the trial courts. As reported by Indian Express, the court said, quote, "A woman has the right to put grievances before any platform of her choice, even after decades." Reading out the order, the court said that there are social stigma attached with the allegations. Society must understand the impact of sexual abuse and harassment on its victims, end quotes. Yeah, unless they're lying.
I do agree. I agree. You agree?
Yeah,
Right?
I agree.
But they're
Justice for all.
lying.
But true justice for
And
all.
where's the proof?
Oh, believe all
You
women.
can't just-
Yeah, like they're hovering over us like some
Fuck
superior
you.
being. You know? Anyway, what do we got here in 2019?
Damn it, get me all worked up. 2019 between Mexican security forces and armed civilians leaves 15 dead in Guatemala state a day after 13 police killed in the drug cartel ambush in Michoacan state.
I don't know.
Michoacan?
Michoacan?
God damn it. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but whatever.
Yeah.
2019 record 12 deaths. Democratic presidential candidates participate in a live TV debate in Westerville, Ohio. I like that.
I kind of remember that. Like they had all.
I
those
remember
movies.
that,
Yeah.
and I like that.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. Like,
Yeah.
there shouldn't be two-party system, blah, 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 blah.
Well, there's 3 more if you'd like to take them.
All right. Oh, my keyboard just fell on my ankle.
Uh-oh.
Nice. Thai government issues emergency decree banning public gatherings amid increasing pro-democracy protests and criticism of the king. What? There's Thai.
Thailand.
Thailand, yeah.
Thailand.
2021 British Prime Minister Sir David MS stabbed to death at a meeting of constitutes in Essex and Leon, England, in probable terror attack.
Probable terror attack? The man got stabbed to death. I don't think it's probable. You know? Someone's dead! Okay?
Hey, it could be a scorn lover, we don't know. 2023 businessman Daniel Noboa, at 35, is elected Ecuador's youngest president ever.
Alright. Cool.
Alright. Sweet. Congratulations.
And that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links you may be interested in, including by the limited to All Things Omni Coalition. So much history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion. Please check our sources for more. For your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific time, 12 noon Mountain. What time Central?
1 p.m. Central.
Yep. And 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. We do have other shows, from history to news, movie reactions and reviews, gaming, video and memes. I put that back in because King's Entertainment is coming back in. Omni Kitchen and everything else in between on Talk Show. Check the underbar. For all of you and all of us, I am A.O. Xander.
King's Refuge.
And you, viewer, are you. Thank you once again for watching us. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe.